Okay, guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This should be pretty simple, actually. This is Cutting It in the ATL, and this is season 1, and this is episode 5. Well, when we ended, pardon me, when we ended last time, there was a whole bunch of crap going on because Musia had actually told Maya about the whole sending of the spy to her salon and all of that was done by Beauty. So we kind of were hanging on that. So she's basically been ignoring Maya's call. Maya's been ignoring Beauty's calls and different things like that. Next we actually see, when we open up, Lenya and Maya are having a talk. What I got out of it, Lenya was basically like shopping Maya's shop to basically go work there, I guess. And I'm saying, this bitch is all over the place. She really is. She's shady. She's all over the place. You know, you're over here rubbing elbows with this one, rubbing elbows with that one. And the bad thing is throughout the episode, we see Deidre, who is just confused with the whole thing because she doesn't even realize Lenya is doing all this stuff behind her back. And she's steadily telling people, oh yes, Lenya is really a really loyal person and this, that thing, and the other, and on and on. She's none of those things. She's none of those things. She is really, really shady. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, when the two of them were talking later on, I was saying to myself, my goodness, Deidre, you literally sitting there and the snake is sitting right in front of you. That Lenya, I wouldn't want to be bothered with her. Not at all. She ain't on nobody's side. She on her own side. And she's shady as hell. She flip at any time. Not my kind of person. Let's see. Musia and Beauty with lingerie shopping and all of that. And Musia was telling her all about, her anniversary, her 10th anniversary, wedding anniversary. And she was buying something to entertain her husband and all of that. The whole while, Beauty's talking about how she can't get in touch with Maya, why Maya won't contact her. And she's like really afraid of losing her beginning of her friendship with Maya and all of this. And the whole while, Musia's knowing exactly why. Because she told Maya about Beauty and the spy and all that. And I'm just sitting there saying, hey, that Musia. And I'm seeing a lot of people, oh, I love Musia, I love Musia. I see them in the comments and stuff like that. And I'm saying, okay, well, y'all are going to get to see her. We're going to get to see her. I'm not even worried about it. As we go forth, things about Musia are going to unfold, and I just want to see if people are going to feel the same way. I've actually run into some videos with Musia and some interviews and things. Not likable at all. Not likable at all. It's just, and okay, now in the interview, that's the real Musia, right? We ain't talking, there's no editing, there's no putting on for the show. This is just who you are in these interviews and these past YouTube videos. She nasty all the time. That's her. That's who she is. She nasty all the time. Except for this one scene that they had in this episode when they show her and her husband, Lou, at the restaurant. You know what? It was a nice scene. It really was nice. She was saying how her wedding rings didn't fit after she had the third baby. And he had snuck them out of the house and had them resized and put them on her. And she cried and all of that. And you actually seen her softer side. And then she sang her song, the song she had written. She sang the song to him. And that was it was touching. It was a touching moment. I laughed because the song wasn't appropriate to be singing in no damn restaurant. When she said something about, I want you to fuck me till you come up in me or some old shit. I was like, ooh, okay, alrighty then. But it was an adult restaurant, so that was fine. But that was a nice scene. It was nice to see her not acting a bitch for a change, but you can tell 98.9% of the time she acts like a bitch. So it just is what it is. I'm not going to ever apologize for the fact that I say I don't really care for the character Musia plays on the show. And people can stop writing in my comments. They can stop asking me questions about why I feel like that about Musia. They can stop. I'm not going to answer any more questions about it. I've said what I have to say. And every week we watch the show and I review, she's doing something else that goes right in support of what I've said. So we can stop. I don't like Musia and I don't think it's going to change. Because I actually even had a woman who said to me, I think you and your followers don't like Musia because she's African. Well, I straighten that up because that's the furthest thing from the truth. That's not me. I'm not even that person. You know what I mean? What would I be saying about somebody African or don't like Africans? I'm African American, my damn self. So why would I not like her because she's African? That is absolutely not the case. You know, and I had actually, I put a comment in there as to that, because y'all know I don't argue back and forth, but definitely that one made me stop. No, you're not going to accuse me of being prejudiced, and you're not going to accuse me of doing things like that, because I don't do things like that. So, no, it doesn't have anything to do with her being African. It has to do with her being a nasty bitch. Period. Anyway, moving on. Now, Maya, she spends a lot of time with Dewan. Now, I kind of like Dewan. Dewan is not messy. You know, he's really cool and calm. He's very cool-headed. He gives her a lot of good advice. And if you ever notice, he always basically tries to keep her on the straight and narrow and keeps her acting like a lady. Same thing that I see with Aunt Jonette. And I like her. I really do. Once the whole situation with the fight and everything, when Deirdre called her aunt and told her, you know, we got into a fight and everything, her aunt didn't entertain it. She didn't entertain the fact that Deirdre was pushed to it or any of that. Her aunt literally went right there and talked to her niece like an aunt and told her, you know what, you're out of order. You're out of order. You've been a businesswoman for this many years. You have to remain a lady at all times. It doesn't matter what anybody's doing. So her aunt didn't even entertain any of it. She was real serious about the fact that you will be a lady and you will be a lady at all times. And, you know, I was kind of glad that she busted up Beauty last week. But when Aunt Jonette had to say what she had to say, she was exactly right. She was exactly right. And her response was a proper response of that of your aunt. No, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't, because you don't have no business in the street scrapping and rolling on the floor. So all you can do is respect that. You know, and this is all on Jonette has shown of herself. She has been the same. She has not entertained any bullshit in any episode we've seen her. She has stayed straight and narrow, and what she's saying are true facts. So all you can really do is stop and rethink what you're doing and try to fix that. It just is what it is. And she is right. She's right. You know, she's right. It is what it is. But anyway, okay, so we like Aunt Jonette. Moving on. Beauty had her party. And the party just kind of fell apart. It fell apart. Maya did show up. Everybody showed up. Deirdre wasn't invited. But then shit went haywire anyway, so we know it ain't always Deirdre now, is it? Shit got ugly. Maya and Musia were literally reading. They were literally sitting around being very petty, very catty, and reading. Maya literally came in the party and didn't even say hello to Beauty. Just literally start eating and carrying on. That was real rude. That was very, very tacky. And then she pulled Beauty to the side and told her what Musia had told her. So they squashed it. It was cool. It was handled. It was taken care of. She immediately left that conversation and went over and started up with Musia. And Musia didn't back down. She didn't cower. She told her, you know what? I told her because I thought you did something shady. And I thought she needed to know, so I told her. Messy nonetheless. And it wasn't the time. That's where Beauty's issue. Beauty don't got no filter. Beauty don't know when to and when not to because she is ghetto. She's a hood rat. She don't know when to and when not to. That wasn't the time. But Musia, the one thing I have to respect, that bitch stood in her shit and said, yeah, you was wrong. And hey, I told her, whatever, you shouldn't have did it. You know? So she got put out. She put her right the fuck on out. After that, they had a couple words. She come back in. Maya, one of Maya's friends, the witches that told you all, the ones that look like the witches from Hocus Pocus, one of them was still there. They're up there going back and forth, and they're just, and Lenya, and they're just over there cackling and talking shit. Maya was really doing the most shit talking, but they were huddled at this girl's party talking shit on her. It was messy. It was messy to say the least. They were literally sitting inside this girl's party talking about her. Talking about the glasses and the this, that. Nothing nice. It was really the mean girl thing. And I'm saying, really, Maya? Every episode you sit around and say that you don't like this kind of behavior, but do you see yourself? Do you see yourself talking about the plastic glasses and the this, that, and the other? Real shady. Ain't none of them. I mean, they all just bounce back and forth. So nobody's overly likable. It's terrible. But anyway, she asked them to leave too. She put their ass out too. And that was cool. But then they followed them on out with the camera. And they just continued on out talking about her and carrying on. I just said, y'all are all over the place. They're all over the place. Maya sits around and pretends to be better and talk about all her medicine she takes. And I'm starting to really believe she really do take a whole bunch of medicine. But she is just as messy as the rest of them. She do just as much talking and chitter chatter. She don't do the yelling and screaming out in the public for the most part, but she sure was doing a whole lot of it this episode. She just as messy as the rest of them. And at this point, I'm enjoying the show, but I must say, they're all fucked up. All of them. Every last person on here. And I'm still looking at Deirdre, and I don't see Deirdre being as fucked up as they are. I see her as somebody don't take no shit, but I don't see her as being as fucked up as them. They are really fucked up, and then they don't realize they're fucked up. That's the problem. But anyway, that's basically all that went on in this one. So you guys can thumbs up or thumbs down. You know how that works, and I will see you guys next week. All right, guys. Bye for now.